We are more than halfway there to the next iPhone's release. It's interesting to think about how the 15 Pro is almost halfway through its sales life. Anyway, in this video, I want to go over why the iPhone 15 Pro has been my favorite iPhone that I've used to date. Here's why. The first reason is one that a lot of people probably already saw coming: USB-C. It's been one of the best things to come to the iPhone ever, and I have used it every single day for various tasks. Charging is now easier, data transfer is easier, and it makes the phone so much more versatile. I'm now able to use my phone as a portable battery pack. I can import photos from other phones onto my 15 Pro now, and I've been able to use the same charger with just about everything that I need to charge. USB-C has been one of the best things to happen to the iPhone to date, and I'm still glad that Apple switched to USB-C. This next reason is one that everybody will be able to notice: the new design. While iPhones rarely change in design, usually every 2 to 3, maybe 4 years, this is the perfected iPhone design. It's got the titanium matte edges, which feel great in the hand, and on the natural titanium color that I have here, they're consistently a lot cleaner than my stainless steel iPhones ever looked. They show wear a lot less than some stainless steel iPhones did, in my opinion. I remember my silver iPhone 13 Pro getting scratches from sliding in and out of my case after only 2 weeks of usage. I can think the same with one of my gold 14 Pros that I had, but I cannot find any damage on my 15 Pro after 7 months. When I got the phone, there was a bit of staining, but that just wiped off with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. And after using 4 different cases with this phone, I can report none of the cases have scratched this phone. The phone is also a lot lighter than my 14 Pro was, and that's something that I really appreciate, as I really enjoy using thin and light phones. Probably one of the reasons why I liked the 6 Plus so much, even though I never had one when they were recent. My third reason is the cameras. They really perfected the cameras on this iPhone. They are great. I have one complaint, and that is something that I've had on every iPhone since 2021. The focus distance is just really not good. Even though it seems to have been improved over the 14 Pro's focus distance, I just can't focus on things up close. And that really ruins a lot of shots that would have been otherwise set up perfectly. Besides that, the 48 megapixel camera takes amazing photos and colors look great. Low light performance has never been better, and the biggest change of all, in my opinion, is that I can now offload all these photos onto anything I want with ease, such as a USB drive, another phone, whatever it is. In fact, most of the videos on my channel since September, when I got this phone, have been shot exclusively on the 15 Pro. I've been using portrait mode more this year as well, since it actually gets great detail, and the 2x zoom is really convenient to have in general, even though it is slightly worse quality than I'd like. My fourth reason for enjoying this phone so much comes from the reliability. I've had issues on my previous iPhones, ranging from small hardware issues such as my camera's not focusing sometimes, to big issues like my phone bending over time with my 14 Pro. This phone has given me none of that. I've had a more consistent and overall better experience using this phone than I have on any iPhone since the 10. It's just such a nice phone to be able to use, and on top of that, I can rely on it to function during my day-to-day tasks. I really haven't thought about switching to any other phone while using my 15 Pro, and that's pretty rare to me, especially now that I've been kind of using a Pixel 8 Pro, Galaxy Z Fold 2, and some other Androids on the side. Haven't even thought about switching to those. And finally, my fifth reason is just because this phone is everything I wanted out of an iPhone for the past few years. I really can't put this any other way. This 15 Pro fixed nearly every other issue that I had with the 14 Pro and even the 13 Pro, and it improved on some things I didn't expect it to improve on. This phone has been great, and I would definitely buy this phone again knowing the experience that I've had with it. While it's harder for me to find issues with this phone, I can come up with a few. The dynamic island could be smaller, and I feel like that would really improve the experience of watching content on the 15 Pro. This is something that I mentioned when reviewing my 14 Pro back in 2022. The notch just keeps going deeper and deeper into the screen since the 13 Pros, and I don't particularly like that, but I do like how the dynamic island adds a functionality to the notch that otherwise wouldn't have been there on something like an iPhone 12 or 13. The charging speed could definitely be faster as well. After putting over 400 charge cycles on this phone, I really wish that it had something similar to what some Android manufacturers like OnePlus are doing, with 80 or even more watt fast charging. Apple doesn't implement faster charging though, and I assume that this is because they want to work on the MagSafe charging speed, as it charges at a max of 15 watts as it stands right now, which is really not good. That's like 2015 spec. The 15 Pro should start at 256 gigabytes while we're at it. 128 gigabytes is really not enough for a phone like this, and this phone will last people 5+ years into the future comfortably, if not 10, depending on how Apple handles the current lineup. But I currently am using over 256 gigabytes of storage on my 15 Pro right now. I have the 512 gigabyte one. And while this isn't about the phone itself, I'm just going to put this out there. Apple really needs to stop making these fine woven accessories. They are really not good. The leather products were really better, and I know that Apple could make some vegan leather cases that really do replicate what they want with fine woven, or even something higher quality in a different material. I will not buy any fine woven accessories whatsoever. My phone is held up for wear pretty well. I've had the same screen protector on it since I got it, and while it's pretty scratched up at this point, it hasn't cracked yet and touch still functions perfectly, even with the scratches. I've yet to have an issue with it, so I'm just not going to replace it. It's a Zag screen protector for anyone wondering. I'm currently using a D-brand grip case, and I've been enjoying the quality of the case in general, but I also really enjoyed my Mouse Limitless 5.0 case. I have always liked to go to mouse cases. Great quality. My battery health is at 90% with 405 charge cycles, which is a lot, but I use this phone for recording a lot, and I have used this phone as a portable battery for some times. I've got a small scratch on one of my cameras from when it fell out of my pocket about 2 weeks after I got it, and I've yet to notice any scratching or denting outside of the case, besides some light scratches around my charging port, kind of expected for this phone. Definitely a lot better than the stainless steel iPhones though. In general, I'd recommend this phone heavily to anyone looking to buy one. This is just the perfected iPhone experience, and I haven't said that about any iPhone in a long time. With that said, thank you for watching. If you want to see more content like this, you can subscribe, and goodbye.